Panties dropper. Okay, but I'm looking for a wife. Right. I'm looking for a companion. I'm looking for a partner. I'm looking for someone who will understand me. Hey guys, if you're new, welcome to our channel. I'm Sugar. This is
Spice.
And today is a Sugar and Spice Advice. So today, basically the topic is going to be how soon is too soon to bring up sex when you're dating, and the consequences of bringing it up too soon.
Yes.
So if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can get notified whenever we do new videos. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and now TikTok at Sugar and Spice 88.
So today we're going to look at this topic and analyze Alexis from Ready to Love. So our first experience with seeing Alexis being pretty overtly assertive was with Jason at the mixer, where they had a date, and she was giving him a lot of compliments. She was telling him how much she liked him.
It was very, oh my God, you so fine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I just wanted to It wasn't like, I always saw you in passing. I thought you were a good looking guy.
That's
it was
true.
Very over the top.
It was. Second extreme instance, I should say, was with AJ. AJ and her went on a date in the most recent episode of Ready to Love, season 4, episode 3. If you haven't already, check out that video. She actually was, as soon as they saw each other, she called him sexy chocolate. She said his swag is on 1,000. She said that, oh my gosh, you're a record producer. You could sing. These panties are gonna be dropping. She started making sexual references. How long does it take for the candle to get hard? And just way too much.
It was a lot.
Just way too much. To the point of where AJ had to say, she out-aggressed me. So at that point, we have to look at Alexis and some of the things that she's saying. We decided to go back and look at Alexis' original interview and just analyze why she has been single so long. So one of the main things that she said was she was married for 5 years, and to a pastor. She felt like she was sharing her husband with the church. And so to me, that makes me think that she felt like she wasn't getting enough attention. So maybe she felt like she needs to put on extra hard in that marriage because she felt as though she had to cry out for attention. Another thing that she said, men act like I have sex written right on top of my forehead. And, every time I get involved with a man and we get intimate, the conversation comes up where I want to have a commitment, and the answer is always no. So that right there lets me know a lot. You're not being honest about what you want, because why are you asking them to be committed to you and the answer is no? Why isn't this a conversation and you're like, okay, when we date for 3 months, we'll see how it goes? Why is the answer just straight no? The answer is no, because the way you presented yourself was as a sex object. So you present yourself as a sex object, you're going to be used as a sex object, and nothing further is going to come from that. It's bad enough men already look at us as sex objects, but for you to portray yourself as one?
With Alexis, from the position of her being a pastor's wife, I feel like what was going on there was she probably fell for someone that she didn't understand what being with him was going to require, being that he was a pastor. So it kind of forced her to take on a certain form and act a certain way that she probably wouldn't normally act. Because obviously she seems not to have a problem with, premarital sex and things like that, or talking sexual, which you wouldn't expect from a first lady of a church.
That's true.
So I just feel like she kind of maybe felt like, I'm in this box. I can only act this certain way. I can only speak this certain way because people are looking at me this way. So now that I'm divorced from the pastor, I can just be out here in the streets and be Alexis. And I can say this, and I can do this, and I can talk about this. And she's just
overdoing it.
So right. I think she's becoming unknowingly a little overwhelmed at all the possibilities that she has.
Right.
Instead of taking her time and just being like, okay, yes, I'm single now. Yes, I could do this, and that. But where's that going to get me at the end of the day? Or how do I really want to present myself? So let me take my time and get to know myself first and figure out what I want and how I want to come off before I just start jumping in all these people's faces. And why are you jumping at everybody? Yeah, you is so fine, and I would do this, and you just look so good, and da 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 da. And it's just like, moisture. Yes, it's a lot. You're giving
so
a lot.
Many examples. It's too much.
And it's just really funny that just shows you just lack complete self-awareness.
Yeah.
The fact that you will sit in an interview and say on camera that I don't know why men just think I got sex written across my forehead for some reason. They just only want me for sex. And then you go on your first date with a man you met 2.5 seconds ago, and you're talking about, oh, how long does it take to get hard and how your panties dropping. Does that act? The math ain't math.
Somebody ain't doing the math right.
Her perception of what she feels like she wants to do and her understanding of how she will be perceived is just not connected. It's not aligned. Because obviously you're a free woman. You can do and you can say whatever you want to do and whatever you want to say. But don't think that doesn't come with certain consequences. Like, you can do that, but this is how people will see you.
Right.
You can say that, but this is how men will treat you.
It's not clicking. She
doesn't get it.
Blurt out and say all these things, but she also doesn't want to be perceived as what she's presenting herself.
Wants to have a man in the home. She doesn't want to sleep alone anymore. She doesn't want to, wake up with those lonely nights. But at the same time, when you're not leading with you're not leading like I'm a good mom. You're not leading like I wanna have a friendship with you. I wanna have fun with you.
Build a bond.
You're just leading with sex. So
you barely talked on the date. You didn't see if you guys had too much in common or anything. You just led with that off the rip.
Yeah.
Where do you think that's gonna get you? Now, I did a survey amongst some of my guy friends. The questions that I asked were basically, if you met a woman and she told you, yeah, well, I want a relationship and I want to get married and I'm sure looking for something serious, but then you go on the first date and she act how Alexis act. One of the answers I got was, well, if all it took was very minimal effort and just me having a nice beard and being chocolate, because that's what she kept telling him, to get this behavior out of you where you're talking sexually with me and you're talking about you're going to drop your panties for me. So you're just out here doing this with everybody. That was his first thought. The second thought was, even if I did try to take you seriously, in the back of my head, I have, okay, so it didn't take much for me to get you. Who's to say the next guy that walks up in here that maybe, he might have a little more money than me or something like that, and he also is chocolate and has a nice beard, you're not going to jump at that too. Because it was just so easy.
That actually ties in with Jason. Jason, in his initial interview or introduction to Ready to Love, he did mention that he was cheated on. And the person was at work with him. And then when he brought it up to the woman just said, so. And when it comes to being with a woman who is sexually free like that, sometimes it could play on men's insecurities. They don't know if you're just being sexually free with them or you're just sexually free with everybody.
Also, another answer I got is, well, it depends on what place I am in my life. The quote was, if I'm not pressed and I'm not thirsty for sex and I'm really looking for a wife, I'm on this level and you're throwing that at me, I'm automatically turned off because I'm looking for something more. I'm looking for something of more substance, and you're just cheapening this whole thing. You're just like, this is what I have to offer. Panties dropper. Okay, but I'm looking for a wife. Right. I'm looking for a companion. I'm looking for a partner. I'm looking for someone who will understand me. You know, all these different types of qualities where it's like, I can't read that from you when you leave with panties dropping. I can't get to know you when you're talking about panties dropping on the first date. What am I supposed to do with that if I'm really looking for a wife? And also, he said, if I'm in the point in my life where I'm just out here thotting and bopping, then I'm like, oh, okay, we're on the same page then.
I mean, it's a lose-lose every situation.
Every way you look at it.
Every single way.
You know, unless, Alexis, you just want to be out here thotting and bopping, then it's a dub for you. But if you don't, and you're trying to present yourself as something serious, then you're taking an L.
You are, every single time.
You know, I mean, sure, there's some women out here, or just people in general, who are, you know, free like that, like you said, and they don't have a problem with maybe like having sex on the first date or anything like that. Yeah. What works for you, cool. But if you're looking for something a little more serious, personally, I just feel like there's so much more to talk about before you jump to that.
In this instance, she is trying to find love, and part of the reason is because the majority of people do not respond well to that.
Right.
It's just what it is.
I just want to be clear. We are not shaming anyone for whatever sexual choices they decide to make. We're not doing that. No. What we're saying is, you can, like you said, you can move this way, but just be aware that this is possibly how you're going to be perceived. Not saying whatever, we live in a fair world, not saying there's not double standards, whatever, what have you. It just, that's just is what it is. Also, one of my guys' friends said, who sent you? Is this a trick?
What?
Shout out to Rob, because he said, okay, if you're coming at me and you're saying I want something serious, and then you show up to the date and you start talking all sexual, he's like, okay, is this a test? Is she trying to see if I'm going to take this bait, or is she going to see if I'm going to be like, oh no, I thought we were looking for something serious? If you're a woman and you're like, yeah, I'm going to throw sex in his face and see what he going to do with it and see how that works out. You know how it's going to work out. I don't even know why you would even try that. That's not a test.
Does a lion
They're going to fail every time, okay? They're going to fail every time. I don't know what's wrong with you. What are you doing with that? So don't freaking do that. No, like, but he was like, you just said you wanted something serious.
The words and the actions are not
exactly. He
aligned.
He'll be like, who sent you? What's happening here? Because I don't understand. The math ain't math. This ain't who you were on the phone, girl. What's going on? So, you know, like I said, those are just some perspectives for you.
Yeah. Lastly, just to add, just another analogy. When you present yourself, when you make it too easy for a man to have access to you, they don't value it. And that goes with almost everything in life.
Yeah.
If somebody gives you a new car, you get that car. You didn't have to work for it. You didn't have to do anything for it. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to stay on top of the oil changes. You're not going to make sure that the car stays clean. You're not going to care about getting the car, waxed and polished. But in perspective, if you had scrimped and saved and worked so hard to get this car, you're not only going to make sure that you keep the car clean, you're going to try and make sure that you value the longevity of the car as well, because you had to work hard to get it. And that goes with almost everything in life. You can't make it so easy for a man to acquire you and then expect him to value you. You just made it too easy for him. Right. A lot of it is how you choose to display yourself.
Because a lot of the times you can weed out certain choices by the amount of effort they put in.
Right.
So if you're not requiring them to put in any effort, it's just a free-for-all out here.
Right. We definitely don't want to put anyone down, but at the same time, everyone has to understand decisions have consequences, actions have consequences, and that's just the natural reaction of people. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know if you feel like Alexis's troubles are somewhat self-inflicted, or if you feel as though there's just a bunch of bad seeds out here and she just can't catch a break. So thank you guys for watching another Sugar and Spice Advice. And let us know what you think in the comments. Also, we got some new subscribers. We need you guys to talk to us. We need you guys to hit us up in the comments, introduce yourself. We love to reply back and respond to you, get to know you, and, just get an idea of what you guys are thinking. Let us know if you want us to do more videos like this, who else you would like us to break down. And as always, don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and now TikTok at Sugar and Spice 88. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Good morning.
Good energy.
Today we gonna spread
Good energy.
Today we gonna share
Good energy.
I go to work.
Today gonna be a great day.
Good
Wake
energy.
up, thank God, drink water, meditate.
Good
First
energy.
5 minutes will dictate your whole day.
Good
All
energy.
about that positivity and raising up your frequency.
Good
If you